Okay, so everybody has been going a bit ballistic about the Saryn changes. This is why I said when it all happened, I would wait a couple of days and see what happens. They did actually change the state of the instead of just disappearing when the enemies died, the spores will now detonate at a reduced speed. So instead of just disappearing, as it says, it now takes time. But they also changed her health and all the rest of it. The shields are still the same, it's still 300. The health used to be 450, it's now 375. That's a nerf. But the armor went from 155 to 175. The problem is the numbers I'm using for this was last time I actually looked at Saryn, which was a lot longer ago than I actually thought. But even the power, it used to be 150, it's now 225, so they've kind of nerfed bits here, but they've buffed bits everywhere else. But as you could probably tell here by the multiple Saryns all wearing the same skin, I will be taking this off after I have left here for this reason. Yeah, she is really popular at the minute because obviously they have done the skin on her and given her a complete rework, so Saryn is everywhere. Apparently what her party piece basically is get near enemies, cast Molt, then Spore on the Molt, and use a and it pretty much, it's supposedly just as powerful as it once was. I still kind of like doing that and casting poison on people more, but it is extremely evil. You will see 225 power does not last her long at all. She is actually really evil on the power these days. After 3 formers, I don't know where they went. I haven't touched her since they actually changed all the Warframe stuff and they got rid of the abilities, so you lost 2 extra things. And for some reason it says I formed her 3 times, but I only have 3 polarities in here, but she should have came with 2. So the 3 formers, I'm assuming 2 of them have probably been wasted, but they were returned when all that change happened, so that's not a big deal. Just means she's going to look like I formed her a lot more. Would recommend forming her at least 3 times. An extra V wouldn't hurt. Oh, if I swap them round I get an extra point. Anyway, an extra V wouldn't hurt. A couple Ds. More than likely a dash as well. And unlock this. Which I can't because I don't have one at the moment. I probably could. I do have some platinum, but the build I've got here is basically the power duration from continuity here is to counter the fleeting expertise, taking it away, because you need efficiency on this. I've only got actually 175% efficiencies. That's okay. Don't actually think it goes up that high, but primed flow to match it takes the power up to 563, so you cannot just press 4 to win anymore, but pressing 2 extra buttons with Saryn isn't a big deal. Then it's just health, shields. Intensify should have been a maxed one. I gotta go all the way back here to my... Oh, hang on. Did I miss something? Why do I not have a maxed intensify? Weird. Anyway... And then it's just stretch for the Messiah to try and get it to go a wider range, really. It's kind of self-explanatory. It says plus power range. But all that aside, honestly, our first ability is exactly what it used to be. It used to be called Venom. Now it's called Spores. Molt, oh crap, that's not what I wanted to do. It still does exactly the same as it used to do. It leaves it down, it takes any procs that you have on you will come off with it, and yep, I died. That's because I don't have on the augment mod for that ability. If that was on, that would be much better. Toxic Lash, still weird. It's Contagion, so it basically adds toxic to any weapon that you have in your hand. It's a guaranteed proc on melee hits. The damage output scales based on a percentage of total damage on the melee weapon, so a stronger melee weapon is definitely guaranteed. It's still got a pretty nice duration to it. It's actually still going in the bottom there. And it does come in pretty handy. Miasma, everybody says, has been nerfed through the floor. Technically, they are correct in this. Miasma has been nerfed through the floor. Costs 100 power to cast it, and it doesn't do as much damage as it used to do. That is because if you ever played most of the missions on this, people would come in as Saryn and they would just run around going, now you're dead. And it still does it. Tower 4 survival, press a button, now they're dead. And with range on, give it a second, now they're dead. So it still works really well, but the trick I was talking about is you put the spores on that, the more the better, and blow it up. And apparently that is amazing, but as you can see, yeah, it doesn't go through walls. If the door is closed, it doesn't work. So, is the rework any good? Hell yes. The skin, and I am wearing it out of protest right now, is just absolutely amazing. Press 4 to win still works, but as you can see, it's a little bit delayed because it does take time for that toxic proc to take effect. This whole trick works really well, but it's having them within range, and that was not my Miasma setting it off. That was one of the other people, because there's 4 of we in here and we are all Saryns. So playing as a team of Saryns is a lot of fun because you can set off each other's. Oh look, an Ash Prime chassis. That reminds me, I need to go find another Prime part, because I promised somebody something and I never fulfilled it. Is she worth it? Well, as I say, kind of. Big guys taking damage over time. Miasma stopped just before they actually died. It does do a lot of damage, not as much as it used to. Some of the augments are really needed with her, and that sprint speed mod, yeah, this is full sprint. Oh, Argon Crystal, hang on, oh no, everyone else has it, the green line disappeared. This is her at full sprint. She badly needs that sprint mod, which means more former, because, run! No, she's so slow. This is the one reason I put her away. Nova came out, and Nova's much quicker. I got spoiled by the speed of Nova, and just running at this speed is... Frost's actually slower, so me saying that she's slow here is just a really silly thing to say. Ew, he actually turned to goop while I was still casting it. You... See, and gone. So it does still work perfectly fine by itself. It's not as powerful as it was. Yes, technically it was nerfed, but if you combined... I can never remember the name of our second ability. Molt with Spores, so it's literally supposed to be that. Then put the Spores on it, use Miasma to blow it up, and anybody around it will take a shed load of damage, as we will try out on him. I don't think it'll work though. Where is he? Lots of enemies, and they're gone. Yay, it doesn't work anymore. She's a wimp. No, Saryn is probably as good now as she was before. Her rework is actually really well done. It's taking away the press 4 to win side of it and turned her into a killing machine, depending on how you set her up. But as I say, she badly needs them formers put on. And unfortunately have no idea where he is. Now, is he even in yet? Hello, Mr. Vor. Are you too afraid? I see you. Bloop. Didn't do it. Didn't do a goddamn thing to him. He doesn't work. The Molt also works as a decoy, by the way, so he should attack that instead of you. I'm being electrified to death. And yes, I said electrified, not electrified. I have tried taking him on with Saryn only before and failed completely and utterly miserably, because it just sucks, so yeah. Anyway, he finally went down. So we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.